and welcome, folks.
Hey,
Wonderful
everybody.
to see your faces. You are here at the Daily Antidote of Song, and when we say daily, we mean it. This group has been getting together every day since pandemic land began to sing a song, to build community, and really to just bring us all together and give us a way to be connected in a strange time. So I think it's about, I don't know, you're in your 500 days here or something like that. We are Emma's Revolution. I'm Sandy O.
And I'm Pat Humphreys.
And we are your guest hosts this week. And we're very excited to have a wonderful guest song leader today for you. But before we do that, we like to sing hellos. Well, this Daily Antidote of Song likes to say hello to everyone and to wave, and we're all for that. But when we can sing, why not sing? So we're glad we've got a whole bunch of folks joining us here in Zoom and a whole bunch of folks joining us on Facebook. Hello, Facebook Live. And there's a special event happening today, which is just after this event, and Joe will tell you about it towards the end. There's going to be a virtual tour of the Pinewoods Camp, and you'll be able to see in Joe's background this beautiful trees and a lake, and oh my goodness. So that's going to happen. But before that happens, you can help me get a beat here. It's going to be like this. Doom da doom doom da doom da doom doom da doom da doom doom da doom da doom doom like that. Doom doom da doom da, because it's gonna be over this. We're gonna be singing names, and we're gonna be singing this phrase that sounds like this: hello, 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 hello. Some people who have been here before, you probably remember it. We sang this once before all together. And we sing hello, 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 hello. Ooh, you can sing a note like this. Ooh, you can keep singing like this, and ooh, and then coming with hello, 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 hello. This is the way we're gonna say hello today. I'm gonna look for your names, I'm gonna look for your face, I'm gonna say your name, and then every time we say hello, 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 hello. Let's start with Katie, our fabulous tech host. There she is in the blue. You can wave right to her. That's Katie. Let's say hello. Come on, all together now. Hello, 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 hello. And pretty right near her, there's Joe, also in blue. It's a blue day. Who else has got blue today? We say hello to Joe and the lake today. Hello, 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 hello. And our special guest, there he is in the center. He's wearing a beret. He's gonna play his guitar. He's gonna sing some words to you. There you are. He's Guy Davis. Hello, 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 hello. Let's start at the top. I see so many of you. You come into the room and you smile and you sing. There's Betty and Ann and Susan G from Cincinnati. Yeah, we've got Hoda and Deborah and Al and Rada and Joy and Brian and Rick and someone else with Rick, but I don't see her name on the screen. There you are. Hello, 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 hello. I see Carol and Linda, Sandy Johnson and Annette and Arlene from Oakland or Berkeley. We know her from the West Coast. We're on the West Coast, you know, where it's morning and where you might be today. Susan and Sheila and Isabel and Kate. And Michelle, and I forgot to say that Rick is a musician who has sung here on the Daily. Hello, 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 hello. Karen's up in the corner, and Bob is in Tucson. Kathleen's in Albuquerque. Barb is in Maryland, and Bonnie and Linda and Sue and Storm. Hello, 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 hello. Martha, Steve, and Chris, and Busy Graham. Busy Graham is an organizer. She's the person who put this together with Joe. We gotta give her a great big hello, hello. Hello, 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 hello. Renata and Pat and Pete and Janet and Ann and Fred and Lynn and Sid in Victoria, BC. There's two people from Victoria, BC. There's Bronwyn over there, too. Hello, hello, hello. Gary, Kim. Yeah, there's Caroline and Mabel. Yeah, somebody's name is not showing up, but I see you with your beautiful flowers behind you. Hello, hello, hello. We've got some bears with Mabel. Mabel's got dancing bears. Dancing bears are always welcome at the Daily Antidote of Song. You never know who's going to be dancing. It could be bears, it could be people, it could be cows where Nancy is. Hello, 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 hello. Hello, Rick and Beth. Hello, Deli. Hello, Kat. Hello, Jamie and Siobhan and Swasti. It's nice to see you, Swasti. We know Swasti from Idaho. Hello, Tom and Susan and Sandy and Leslie and Jane. Oh, it's Iowa, not Idaho. And Suzanne and Gwen and Joni and Adrian and Ruth. Hello. We've got a whole bunch of people. There's Kevin. Nice to see you, Kevin. Hey, Jane and Marilyn, Sandra and Amos and Ruth and Adrian. Hello. One big last hello for Facebook. Hello for all who are joining us here and who may watch later on. We got a song for you today. You're gonna learn something. You're gonna sing something. You're gonna feel something. Hello. Okay. Why not? Why not just make it a little bit extra unusual? I do like unusual. So here we are, and we're thrilled to be continuing this week. We sang yesterday, and we've got a week full of fantastic singers, song leaders, songwriters, people who care about justice, and bringing those folks to you all here at the Daily Antidote of Song is just a dream come true for us. We've been emailing with Joe about that for a little while and had a hard time finding dates that we would be willing to get up in time for 9 a.m. on the West Coast. But you know what? You all are worth it. And so here we are. And our first guest this week is a really fantastic songwriter and performer. And Pat's going to tell you a little more about him.
Yeah, I crossed paths with Guy Davis for many, many years around the Clearwater Festival. He was a dear, dear friend of the Seegers, and seemed to always be there in the Hudson Valley when things were happening. But he's also been all around everywhere. You know, he's everything from an actor to an illustrator to a consummate blues man, and for many, many decades has been writing and performing really beautiful pieces in all kinds of different situations. I was loving reading through all that's up on Wikipedia, and some of the amazing things. Opening for Jethro Tull just sounded fabulous. And we love Don Perry, actually. He recorded with us, their drummer, at one point in time. So, you know, we have this huge soft spot for those folks. And also John Platania, I noticed that he was the producer of a number of your CDs, and he played on our first CD. So all of these beautiful intersecting circles. But what we love most is the incredible sound of your voice and your guitar, and just your beautiful way of putting your message out into the world. So welcome. It's such a treat to have you here, Kai.
Oh, thank you so much, Pat and Sandy. Thank you, guys. Thank you, one and all. I just want everybody to know that on the evening that Pete died, I went to the hospital to see him. There was a large gathering, and right at the bedside as I walked in with her guitar was Pat Humphries. Thank you, from all of us for that. And the first person that I called after the event who was not in that room was Rick Polari. So closeness is something that you can't take for granted, and it's needed. And we got to always figure ways to reach out and get close to one another. Now, having said that, I'm going to do a song about a topic where there are some divergent views, but I'm hoping that the harmony in this song will bring us closer together. The song is called Palestine, Oh Palestine. It is on my Be Ready When I Call You CD. And the purpose of this song is not to call for anyone's blood, but it is to say that we all need a voice. All voices must be heard. Okay. Palestinian mother sings to her children, this land is our home. It gives us our bread. Which, I'm going to have to start again. I got a little carried away in my enthusiasm. This land is our home. It gives us our bread. Where children are born and we bury our dead. The desert surrounds us under sun so bright, but it's cool in the evenings. Yes, it's cool in the evenings on a starlit night. Look through the fence as far as you can see. The settlers built a town where our land used to be. And every time you turn around, they've taken something more. And it leaves my heart trembling. Yes, it leaves my heart trembling. They'll be back for more. And here's the part you will eventually sing on. Palestine, oh Palestine, where have you gone? Where have you gone? Palestine, oh Palestine, where have you gone? Where have you gone? A Palestinian boy threw rocks at the fence. The soldiers came and got him. We haven't seen him since. And every time I turn around, they've taken someone new. And it leaves my heart trembling. Yes, it leaves my heart trembling that it may be you. Palestine, oh Palestine. Palestine, oh Palestine, where have you gone? Where have you gone? Palestine, oh Palestine, where have you gone? Where have you gone? In the rare times that there's peace between our enemy sides, we look through the fence into each other's eyes. Then someone fires a shot, and again the war must start. I can feel the world dying. Yes, I feel the world dying of a broken heart. Palestine, oh Palestine. Palestine, oh Palestine, where have you gone? Where have you gone? Palestine, oh Palestine, where have you gone? Where have you gone? An Israeli mother sings to her child, this land is our home, it gives us our bread. Where children are born and we bury our dead. The desert surrounds us under sun so bright, but it's cool in the evenings, so cool in the evenings on a starlit night. Now, the words change. Yisrael, Yisrael, you are my home. Yisrael, Yisrael, you are my home. Try that again. Israel, Israel, you are my home. Israel, Israel, you are my home. And then some people have to keep singing that, and some join me and sing, Palestine, oh Palestine, where have you gone? Where have you gone? Palestine, oh Palestine, where have you gone? Where have you gone? We're going to sing it one more time, hopefully in harmony. Palestine, oh Palestine, where have you gone? Where have you gone? Palestine, oh Palestine, where have you gone? Where have you gone? Thank you all so very much for listening to me and listening to my song. This world is a big place and a small place at the same time. Here we have a world in which there were people, in the media, the Jews, who were dispossessed of their lands, not just in the 20th century, but for centuries before, who were robbed from, who were stolen from, who were beaten and tortured for not being Christians, tortured for not being, for not being what people wanted them to be. And there was a humongous pogrom, a word almost doesn't begin to describe it, what the Holocaust was, of people being removed during the build-up to World War II from their homes into forced labor camps, and some killed outright because there was no way that they could work. So, is it any wonder that such people could celebrate with huge joy 1948 when suddenly a land was announced called Israel? It was supposed to be a home for the Jews, a home for human beings who were Jewish. And that's the way it was presented. And at first, small amounts of Hebrew folks were being brought over, and then increasing amounts. And the UN said, because it was sort of a UN event, that, okay, we're making Israel now, but soon we're going to create the formal state of Palestine. It'll be right alongside it. So everything will be balanced. And that has not happened yet. And the Palestinian voice that I have not heard in the media, not on as regular a basis as I hear from the Israelis, the US, from a lot of nations around the world, I don't hear the word Nakba. I'm glad that we recognize the word Holocaust because it is vitally, humanly important. But now we have to recognize other levels of some of the same phenomena. Not entirely the same. Not entirely the same, but there are people who have been dispossessed of their land, and you can't expect them to just love you outright. There's got to be something, a whole humongous step was missed here. And opportunities are missed every day. And my personal question to the world is it too late? Does one side have to be destroyed for another side to survive and thrive? Does it have to be that way? No, you got to get voices to the table. Otherwise, people are going to start throwing more than spitballs at one another. I'm not the judge of all right and wrong. I do know of people in some of both communities who have seen grievous harm come to their countrymen. And I can celebrate neither. I can celebrate none of that. But there has to be a voice given to all parties. In this case, mainly two. And I'm gonna stop lecturing in a minute here. I understand that there's always the big effort that says, okay, if we can get the United States, Israel, Palestine, and a few of the Emirates to sit down together, and okay, that's all nice and good. But the United States by itself did not create the land called Israel. It was the UN. And I notice as more and more countries over the decades have joined the UN, those beginners, those sort of elite Western countries, the US, the UK, the Russia, China, whoever, well, they find that they have less of an impact than they want to. So, well, I don't know if we want this UN interfering in our affairs. Well, yeah, but you can't cut them off before justice is done. Okay, I'm going to stop yapping. I'm sure that there are questions.
Yeah, I want to say thank you. I don't think you were yapping. I think you were speaking a very intense and difficult conversation for people to jump into, and yet you led us through into the awareness that it is something that needs to be addressed deeply, right? And we need to create peace, and we need to have people sitting down at the table. We went to Palestine in 2007. I'm a Jewish person. Here I've got my words for you all on the shirt. But the key thing was that when I feel about it, and I've spoken about it now about what's been going on, is that, and I have family and friends in Israel, I should say that as well. And I know that sometimes what I'm saying, my family has a hard time hearing, and as if they think that I don't care about my family and friends in Israel. And of course I do. And I feel like the big difference is that I think that there's a different way to make Jews in Israel and Jews around the world safe. And it's not this continuing of the fighting and the occupation and the blockade of Gaza, the occupation of the West Bank. So I want to thank you for such a tender and touching song, and also for talking through what people see as a conflict, but we need to see as two sets of human beings in our world of human beings that we need to join together and create some kind of true lasting peace in the world and in the Middle East.
A friend of ours talked about Marshall Rosenberg, who's the founder of the nonviolent communication movement, and he would offer free workshops in Santa Barbara, California, with some frequency. And our friend got to take advantage of because she lives nearby there. And the reason he would offer these free workshops is because his brother lived there. And everybody knows, who has ever had a conversation on a difficult topic, having these conversations with family are the hardest conversations. And the truth about Israel and Palestine is their family. We all our family, and those discussions are most delicate and most difficult within family. So we'd so appreciate that just incredibly beautiful song. And we know, folks who come to the Daily Antidote don't necessarily dive in this deeply, but we so appreciate the opportunity to do it as friends and loved ones, and through song, through this incredibly beautiful vehicle that we have here of music, and this this platform where we can hold our own trauma and our own feelings and our own tears, and still be together with one another, face to face, from wherever we are, still loving one another, still singing with one another. Thank you so much for that opportunity.
Well, hold on, you're muted, Guy.
You are so very welcome, one and all. Of course, like many people here, I was inspired by Pete's book, The Incomplete Folk Singer, from back in the 70s, I guess it came out, or 80s. And he talks about that trip that he took to both Israel and Palestine, and how he got strange stares from people all over the Middle East. And that is who kind of sets my course and the course of a lot of people here. There is a course that is similar to the course of Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King. I say that in that I never heard Dr. King call for violence against anyone. Again, it is the harmonies at the end that come up. It's not an easy song to present live, but I have to get the audience to say, okay, now you guys be the Israelis, you be the Palestinians, and just sing. Just sing, sing. So that is what I was after. Oh, by the way, also at the bedside at Pete's that night was David Amram. And so in doing this composition, I've sort of released my inner David Amram, who is also an orchestral conductor and composer and arranger. I mean, as well as that guy who sings, those kooky jazz pieces.
That's right.
He has such a heart on him. He's actually done a suite of music based on songs by Woody Guthrie, but you wouldn't recognize it if you didn't know you were listening to it, because it's orchestrated. And the gentleman, it was, with the exception of one female singer, it happened to be all gentlemen who helped me with this CD, musicians. And Mark Murphy played the cello on this. In addition to, there were other instruments we used. So I'm hoping that if it's the right time, I would love to just go over those two sets of harmony, sets of words.
Yeah, let's do that, because there are a ton of wonderful comments in the chat, which I hope you can take a look at before once we're singing again. But people have asked, can we sing some of this again before we close up? So we would love to do that.
We wish so much that we could be singing these harmonies with you, because we were singing them just thinking, oh God, they're so beautiful. I recorded
them for you. I do want to say before we have you sing, we do want to let people know that you have a new CD out, Guy. Do you want to show it to folks and let us know, is this song on it, or are there...
Yes, it is. The CD is Be Ready When I Call You. And the song, that particular song, was called Palestine, Oh Palestine. But I've also got a song called God's Gonna Make Things Over that has to do with the Tulsa Race Massacre. I've got the Flint River Blues that has to do with the water crisis, best known back in 2014. Yeah. So even though I am known as a blues man, I guess acoustic blues man, I've always had this in me. Rick Polari, of all of us, knows that, because I was at his side when we would be hanging out with Pete back in the 70s at various functions that had to do with Clearwater or not. And so in me, there is always this music.
That's wonderful. Thanks for letting it out.
Yes, thanks so much.
Both here when we're going to sing with you again on those parts you want us to sing, and also for putting that CD out in the world with messages so beautifully and heart-rendingly sent. Thank you for that.
Can't wait to get a hold of that CD.
Okay, yes. Let's. I want to spread it out. Okay, so we did that second part, which was, get my note here. Yisrael. I call it Yisrael with the Y at the front. Yisrael, Yisrael, you are my home. Yisrael, Yisrael, you are my home. Now try that as best you can with me. Again, here we go. Yisrael, Yisrael, you are my home. Yisrael, Yisrael, you are my home. Okay, that's one half of us when we get to that part of the song, and we began it like this. Palestine, oh Palestine, where have you gone? Where have you gone? Palestine, oh Palestine, where have you gone? Where have you gone? And I think you guys will catch up on that. I'll pull this guitar over here and we'll start this one more time. And I hope you know, and I think you do know, that you are listening to a person who loves music and loves the music of many places and many lands. And I've passed by those tall houses filled with Hasidim when they're in the middle of a singing celebration and the rafters are shaking and the men are with their hands on their shoulders, and these things are beautiful. They are beautiful. And I've been to Islamic celebrations. I know I have to say it looking like this because I don't know if there's an official dance, but I've been there when folks are rocking and feeling good. So that's the spirit when we start singing. Whatever parts you sing, it doesn't have to reflect you politically, but let it reflect us humanistically and artistically, and sing with a full heart. Okay, so here we go. The Palestinian mother sings to her child, because there's no difference hardly. This land is our home. It gives us our bread, where children are born and we bury our dead. The desert surrounds us under sun so bright, but it's cool in the evenings. Yes, it's cool in the evenings on a starlit night. Look through the fence as far as you can see. The settlers built a town where our land used to be. And every time you turn around, they've taken something more. I can feel my heart trembling. Yes, I feel my heart trembling. They'll be at our door. Palestine, oh Palestine. Palestine, oh Palestine, where have you gone? Where have you gone? Palestine, oh Palestine, where have you gone? Where have you gone? A Palestinian boy threw rocks at the fence. The soldiers came and got him. We haven't seen him since. And every time you turn around, they've taken someone new. I can feel my heart trembling. Yes, I feel my heart trembling, that it may be you. Palestine, oh Palestine. Palestine, oh Palestine, where have you gone? Where have you gone? Palestine, oh Palestine, where have you gone? Where have you gone? In the rare times that there's peace between our enemy sides, we look through the fence into each other's eyes. Then someone fires a shot, and again the war must start. I can feel the world dying. Yes, I feel the world dying of a broken heart. Palestine, oh Palestine. Palestine, oh Palestine, where have you gone? Where have you gone? Palestine, oh Palestine, where have you gone? Where have you gone? Israeli mother sings to her child. This land is our home, it gives us our bread, where children are born and we bury our dead. The desert surrounds us under sun so bright, but it's cool in the evenings, so cool in the evenings on a starlit night. Israel, 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 you are my home. Israel, Israel, you are my home. Again, loudly and beautifully sing. Israel, Israel, you are my home. Israel, Israel, you are my home. Now some of you keep singing that, others of you switch to Palestine. Palestine, oh Palestine, where have you gone? Where have you gone? Palestine, oh Palestine, where have you gone? Where have you gone? Again, everybody. Palestine, oh Palestine, where have you gone? Where have you gone? Palestine, oh Palestine, where have you gone? Where have you gone?
Thank you so much, Guy. So beautiful. And I want you to know that Caroline put into the chat, you are our home, as a way to sing your song too. That's beautiful. Thank you so much for that incredible song and for your work as a justice activist. You know, when you're a justice musician, you don't just sing the songs. You need to speak the words and make the connections and build the trust. And you really have done that with us this morning. Thank you so, so very much.
Cry the tears and sing the praises. Thank you so much.
So, oh, nice. I love that. Let's everybody do that. Or is that a bird of peace that we're getting to fly?
Yes.
That's beautiful.
Then turns into 10,000 birds of peace.
That's beautiful. Thank you so much. That's beautiful. And thank you again to everyone for joining us here this morning for the Daily Antidote of Song. I want to bring, I believe that Joe Rossi is coming up to sing you, to speak, to wave goodbyes and say goodbye to you, but also to remind you that there is a the virtual tour of the Pinewoods camp that she's doing next. And I want to remind you that we will be here all week, every morning with a song leader, another beautiful, powerful song leader. Tomorrow is Lydia Violet, who's an Iranian-American multi-instrumentalist and singer. She'll be bringing us a song. And after that, T. Martin on Thursday, Melanie DeMore on Friday, Peggy Seeger on Saturday, and Yara Allen on Sunday. If you haven't heard any of these performers, come and check them out. They're amazing. So, Joe, take it away.
Thank you so much, Pat and Sandy. What an amazing artist you have brought to our room today. And Guy, thank you so much. And thank you especially for the space that you just gave us to sing and go deep. Mostly, I think all of us in this room feel like at this point, what we learned from this past year is we kind of have to have both most of the time in order to really be able to bring some change about. So it's not that we can't just sing about joy and that we must always be active, but man, is it a huge piece. And when you go there, we got to go in, we got to learn it, we got to understand it, we got to be able to talk about it. And then we got to be able to figure out what it is we can do to contribute to the change, because there's almost always something we can do. So thank you so much from my heart for all that beautifulness. It was beautiful to have you in this room. And we hope that we'll get a chance to sing with you again, another one of those fabulous songs on that CD. So thank you. And I'm going to say goodbye to everyone in the room. If you are interested in staying for the tour, or everybody out there on Facebook Live, if you're interested in coming in here for the tour, you can go to carpediemarts.org and find the link for finding us in here. And for those of you in here who are planning to stay, stick around while I say the goodbyes, and then I'll sort of explain to you the lay of the land so we know what we're doing next. So beginning with goodbye to everybody on Facebook Live. Thank you for joining us today. Can't wait to see you all tomorrow for more amazingness with Emma's Revolution. Pat Humphries and Sandy O, thank you so much for today's journey.